Half of you guys are running around asking everybody else why you're not playing, except the damn guy who's picking the team. So this is a topic that I get asked so many times. I get guys hitting up my DMs. I get guys that I'm speaking to personally through the football club. I've got some of my clients that I'm working on the side, doing strength and conditioning work with them. I mean, even myself, I went through it as a player. So I want to share with you guys some insight on how I go about this, or how I went about this as a player, and the advice that I give a lot of the players that I operate and deal with on how to overcome this. And that is how to deal with riding the bench. First and foremost, accountability. I harp on about this time and time again because it is typically the one area where most people do not actually look into. Failing to look at themselves in the mirror and think, you know what? Perhaps I'm not good enough. Perhaps I'm not good enough yet. There are other elements in my game in which I need to improve. And the only way you're going to understand in what you need to improve in is speak to the person that is making the decision of whether you're playing or not. Half of you guys are running around asking everybody else why you're not playing, except the damn guy who's picking the team. Who do you think's got the answer? The guy in the crowd? The guy starting? Or the actual head coach? Think about it. Some of these difficult conversations that you guys are avoiding is the reason as to why half of you guys still remain on the bench. Sit the coach down. Hey, what can I improve in? I want to be in the 11. I know I've got a lot to give. I need a game plan to get myself back into the squad, or to get myself in the squad so I can solidify my position in the squad. That's the only way you are going to get around the issue. You need to know what you're doing. When I've got a client that comes in here and we're doing the basic tests before we get started, I thoroughly understand, is he slow off the mark? Can he jump high? Can he do this? Can he do that? Without those basic information, I have no idea on what to do in order to get him to where he needs to be. You need to do that in your game in order to find yourself in the 11. Perhaps you need to get quicker. Perhaps you got to get stronger. Whatever the reason is, you need to find that out from your head coach. Rejection, rejection, rejection. The most unique, untapped energy source that you can get only by getting rejected. You know that feeling, that little shitty feeling you get in your gut when things haven't gone your way, that feeling of I'm not good enough. Well, when you get that feeling, only you have it. Everyone else in that starting 11 doesn't have that feeling. You've got the access to that energy source. Utilize it to your advantage. Become a better player. Don't sit there moping around. You have to use this as your reason and not your excuse. And lastly, guys, you need to utilize the time on the bench to your advantage. A lot of you guys get picked to be on the bench. Perhaps you're not even in the team. But for those that are on the bench, I have a look over my shoulder. The head coach is talking to me. Who should we put in? What's going on? Your attitude reflects on the delivery of the game that you're going to produce. And lastly, guys, you need to utilize the time on the bench. So often I see players on the bench moping around, pissed off, and I can understand. I get it. You've been rejected. You're not the guy that you think you were, and someone else is doubting your ability. Now again, it's up to you to prove them wrong. But your attitude that you bring onto the bench does not help if your head's down, your shoulders are slouched, and you're just moping around. I wouldn't pick you to come on either. When I'm looking over my shoulder and we're looking in the later stages of the game to put a player on, and you're sitting there disinterested, do you think you're going to get picked? Would you pick yourself? No. You've got to utilize this time to your advantage. If you're a winger and you're sitting on the bench and you're moping around, what I would do is I would be eyeballing the right back or the left back or any position of the player that I'm going to come onto, that I'm going to be attacking, and I'm spending the first half an hour, however long I'm on the bench, analysing that guy's gameplay. Does he go to the left? Does he go to the right? What favour does he side? What foot does he side? So when I'm doing the warm-up and I'm about to come on, I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be fresher than him. I know his game plan. He doesn't know anything about me. I'm going to give him no reason as to why I'm not coming on and absolutely changing the game and being that impactful sub. So as hard as it might be to think about all these things in the moment when emotions are high, we need to practice stoicism. We need to speak to our coaches. We need to be there for each other because it is a team sport at the end of the day. And in order for you to get the best out of it, you need to look at your coaches as not me versus them. It's us, our team versus the other team. And how can we all collectively improve to get the result we ultimately desire? Guys, if you've got any more questions, fire them my way. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on TikTok. I give free daily updates, tips, tricks on how you can become a better footballer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.